What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be doing another lives comm talking about, the new maps coming into Cold War, Warzone, the integration of Cold War weapons, and maybe even a new map. And then we're going to also talk about the Challengers Cup happening this weekend. So if you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed. Peace, guys. Well, we're hopping right into Cartel, guys. I'm going to be sticking with that trusty 7.4U class I talked about in my previous videos. But yeah, let's start off by talking about the new maps coming to Cold War. It looks like we're going to have a couple new maps whenever Season 1 comes out. We know Raid is going to be one of those. And honestly, I'm super stoked to have Raid because hopefully it gets added to the competitive rotation. We need some maps in competitive. We need some new maps and some trusty ones. So Raid's definitely going to help out our map pool. Wow, that guy came out of nowhere. But I'm super excited to have it back, nonetheless, like I said. And then it looks like I've seen some posts about data miners that found pictures of the other maps. And we're not too sure what those names are, but I did see pictures of them. So it looks like we'll have at least 4 or 5 other ones. That'll be super cool. I'm hoping we get some more small maps because in this game and the last game, honestly, there's a lot of huge maps like Moscow, Checkmate. They're really big maps for competitive, and sometimes that's hard to be good for all the game modes. So I'm really just hoping we have some small maps, a lot of action. I think that'd be really good for the game. But let me know down in the comments below, guys. Since Raid's coming back, what was your favorite Black Ops 2 map? For me personally, I'd probably go with either Standoff or Slums. I really love Slums, still love it to this day. I actually didn't watch Black Ops 2 competitive when Black Ops 2 was out, but I've played in throwback tournaments the last couple of years, and then in Black Ops 4, they actually released Slums, and we played it for a portion of time in Hardpoint, which was super fun, but a little too chaotic in Black Ops 4. In a game like this, though, maps like Raid will be perfect. I think it's like the perfect pace for those maps, and I think maps back in the day were just honestly designed a lot better. But I can't give any hate to the people that are designing maps. They're doing a better job than I would, and I know it's a lot of the same people that have made the maps for 10 years, so at some point I'd probably run out of ideas. I'm not sure if that's their scenario, but me personally, I'd definitely run out of ideas. Otherwise, it looks like recently too they announced Cold War will be integrated into Warzone somehow. From what I know, it looks like they'll be adding weapons and stuff to Warzone from Cold War, like your weapons and loadouts, which should be pretty interesting. I'm not too sure how they'll do that yet, but when they do, I'll definitely check it out. And I think they mentioned too a new map, so that'll be something refreshing for all the Warzone guys out there. I'm excited to see how that plays out. I forget, I don't think they made a new map for Blackout in Black Ops 4. No, they definitely didn't. But maybe there'll be something. I don't know if that's like Treyarch and Infinity Ward working on that together, or if it's just Infinity Ward working on that. But I definitely want to check it out once they drop it because I loved Warzone for a little bit. At some point it got really repetitive for me, and I wasn't grinding it. Obviously, I'm here to grind competitive, so that's what I do. Nonetheless, though, it'll be something to stream, something to play in my downtime, or just to decompress from competitive in general. It's always fun, playing with Matt Seth and them in Warzone. Drop a heater or two, and then hop off, or even just in between scrims. It's pretty fun, The thing with that though is, so I'm really interested to see if they. Oh man. Wow, it's getting mixy. If it's Black Ops Cold War mechanics or if it's Modern Warfare mechanics, because a big thing with competitive players is, for instance, if it's say Warzone in its current state, right? I don't want to go play Warzone because I'm playing Modern Warfare and the movement is a lot different to Cold War, so it's gonna really mess me up and mess up my timings, mess up my movement, mess up my gun skill, and you can't be lacking. You know, you can't be lacking versus all the teams nowadays. It's super stacked rosters, and if I just don't want to be thrown on my groove, you know, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now in Cold War. I've been playing a bunch, and I've been really finding my groove, so I wouldn't want to mess with that, you know. I'm sure if any of you guys out there playing competitive as well, you wouldn't want to do that to yourself. But then again, it's tempting to go play some Warzone with the buds and just have a good time and relax. So that was always fun about Warzone. You know, I wouldn't have to take it super serious. If you guys tune into my streams, you guys will know that everyone thinks I'm the rogue one in Warzone, so I just kind of run around and do whatever I want. But like I was saying, I really don't want to mess up what I got going on here in Cold War. But that'd be a tragedy if I let my team down, you know. Otherwise, I don't know if any of you guys watching compete in competitive, but there was a Challengers Cup going on this weekend. I'll be interested to see what teams come out on top. I'm pretty sure it is single elim tournament, and there was over 1,000 teams, which is completely nuts to me. That tournament is going to take at least 3 days. I'll be recording this I'm recording this right now on Saturday. And we just got done practice a little bit ago. We played a best of 11. Got our search and destroy practice in early this year, which I'm super happy about, and I'm super happy with the squad. So we actually did really well in our best of 11, so it couldn't have been a better day. And then, yeah, like I said though, the Challengers guys are literally right now battling it out, and when you guys see this video tomorrow, they will still be battling it out most likely. But yeah, 1,000 team bracket. The top 8 is double elimination. Everywhere else is single elim. So those guys are fighting for their lives out there in an absolute gauntlet. And man, let me tell you, those were hard. Those 2K tournaments are very hard. I played with them back in the day, and you have to go through just about everyone. And if it's not, I thought I could go through there. Why can't I put the missile through there? It's weird. If you're not playing really good AMs, you're definitely playing former pros that also have, you know, top-notch teams. And I think this year for the amateur scene is going to be the most amateur comp we've ever seen before. Literally ever. With it going to like 4v4, that put a couple extra AM teams there. And I believe for CDL, you only have to have one substitute now compared to last year, where you had to have 2. So and like with how the rules worked out last year, a lot of CDL subs sat out of Challengers just because how the rules were structured. So that sucked for them. But this year they'll get a shot, and there's a lot more people to team with because of that. So for us personally, we've already scrimmed a bunch of teams from the AM scene, because most of the time they grind a lot more at the beginning of the games. Because, for instance, our first tournament isn't until, I'd say, probably January, February. The league last year started in January, so that's when late January, so that's when I assume we start our league again this year. But it is December 5th, and the Challenger players have already played their first tournament. So they only had 2-3 weeks to really hunker down and learn the game. And that's why they're definitely better than some of the pro teams right now. It's always like that. It's like that pretty much every year. And with the talent being as much as there is now, it's really good practice, especially when you can't get the pro teams. But besides that, guys, the hottest topic right now is cheating in these tournaments. Since we went to PC this year, cheating is way easier to do, and cheaters are ruining the 2Ks. Cheating on people, and these AMs are just trying to make a name for themselves, and it's really pathetic that people are like wall hacking and stuff. It's one thing to keyboard like I did back in the day, but wall hacking and aimbotting is another tier of scummy, in my opinion. I do regret what I did in the past. You can't change it though. That's why we're gonna talk about it. and I don't know why I can't find anyone right now, but it really is pathetic. I mean, if I had to go back, I could go back. I would change that I didn't cheat, but besides the fact they're ruining these players' tournaments, and these tournaments decide all the seeding for the rest of the year. So it really sucks that that's happening for them, and I feel bad. I mean, I hope the problem is game battles and the amateur scene, they will, like where the tournaments are ran for the amateur scene, they won't make people record their hands, and they won't make people record their screens. And I mean, like I said before, I did this in the past. I cheated, and when you played on game battles, they would not make you record hands. They would not even care. It almost seemed like they were just content with their job. They didn't want to go through the hassle, and that's kind of BS. It shouldn't be like that. There needs to be change. This has been happening for 5-6 years, and the refs, it's not the refs' fault. I'm blaming the management for the refs. Or I don't know who that is, if that's Activision or that's people lower than Activision, but something needs to change, and that's bottom of the line. But I appreciate everyone tuning into today's video. That's going to be it. If you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, and let me know below, like I was saying earlier, what your favorite map was from Black Ops 2. Mine was Standoff or Slums. I want to hear yours in the comments down below. Peace, guys.